Hello everybody, welcome to a program that introduces international cooperation activities conducted by the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare. We implement our mission under the key phrase for people, for life, for the future, which includes a wide range of areas from the cradle to the grave in an integrated and systematic manner. Making most of the expertise in those areas, the Ministry has implemented technical cooperation projects for developing countries for years. In this presentation, we would like to explain our program by cooperation category, beginning with the overview of our various programs.
The Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare of Japan is responsible for a diverse range of areas including social security, social welfare, public health, working environment, employment, and human resources development. For achieving the best outcomes, the Ministry have chosen the most appropriate channels developing on the nature of the project. Specifically, in collaboration with the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, the Ministry has recruited and dispatched professionals to JICA project and accepted trainees in Japan. Further, the Ministry has subsidized projects carried out by NGOs and made financial contribution to projects implemented by international organizations such as the World Health Organization, WHO, and International Labour Organization, ILO. In addition, the Ministry has closely working with the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, APEC, and Asia-Europe Meeting, ASEM, facilitate meetings at ministerial level and organized collaboration projects.
For now, we would like to introduce the project in each field. Let us begin with social security and welfare.
In the field of social security and welfare, let us inform you about the Asean-Japan high-level officials meeting on caring societies. The Asean-Japan high-level officials meeting on caring society has been organized based on the World Welfare Plan advocated by the government of Japan at the Lyon Summit in 1996. The meeting focuses on advancing the mutual and close collaborations among the ASEAN member states and Japan, and providing support for human resource development in the field of health policy and social welfare. The meeting began in 2003, and each year the Ministry has invited senior governmental officials of 10 ASEAN member states who are responsible for policies in social welfare and health, and provided opportunities for the exchange of views and discussion for developing better social welfare policies. During this period, ASEAN started seeking further cooperation between Japan, China, and South Korea in the field of health and welfare, and finally, the ASEAN Plus 3 Health Ministers meeting and ministerial meeting in social welfare were established in 2004. The results of the ASEAN-Japan high-level officials meeting have been reported in ministerial meetings and have contributed for deepening and mutual collaboration among ASEAN countries. In addition, in order to strengthen the ties over ASEAN countries, the theme of high-level officials meeting are determined based on the proposals of the ASEAN countries and the ASEAN Secretariat, taking into consideration the social security policies in Japan. with a focus on the collaboration between welfare and health services provided to the vulnerable, such as the elderly, mothers and children, and people with disabilities. The meeting has had discussions on the linkage between central and local governments, responsibility sharing between public and private sectors, and better use of community services. Japan, as a member of East Asia, is willing to continue international cooperation programs in the field of social security in collaboration with ASEAN countries.
Next, we would like to introduce our cooperation programs in the area of working environment improvement, employment support, and human resource development.
The Ministry has cooperated with Asia and the Pacific countries in the area of working environment improvement, employment support, and human resource development through financial contribution to the ILO. For the implementation of cooperation programs, Japan has developed the overall design and the goals of the projects, and ILO has developed detailed work plans and implemented the project in the recipient countries. This scheme is called the Multi-Bilateral Technical Cooperation Scheme. The Ministry is proud of its 36 years of continuous cooperation in Asia and the Pacific. Let us briefly explain the projects implemented in 2009. The migration of workers from Laos, Cambodia, and Indonesia to Singapore, Thailand, and Malaysia has been taking place for many years, and informal migration are growing recently. Those workers are unlikely to be protected legally and easy targets of exploitation. To deal with this issue, the Ministry established a project to provide opportunities of employment support in sending countries like Cambodia, Laos, Indonesia, and to establish the means of regulating the cross-border flow by preserving the rights of migrants in Thailand. Despite the recent remarkable growth of ASEAN countries, industrial relations are still unstable, and union strikes are widely held for acquiring higher wages and better working conditions. Sound and stable industrial relations are vital for the development of economy. The project aims at contributing to improve harmonious industrial relations in the ASEAN region by sharing good practices in the region and Japan. The Ministry has implemented the project in collaboration with the ASEAN Secretariat and the ILO in order to strengthen the relationship between Japan and ASEAN countries. Those three entities are brought together by holding an ASEAN regional seminar in Malaysia in February 2010. For the sustainable development of the economy in Asia, youth should not be excluded from the labor market because of limited experience and education, and should play a central role in the economy. Unemployment seriously affects youth, who are mostly Tamils, in plantations in Sri Lanka because of language barriers, limited education, and limited access to labor market services. The project offers career guidance, vocational skills training, and entrepreneurship to youth in some model provinces and disseminate the outcome of models over the country. There is a growing acknowledgement that business as usual, based on the strategy grow first, clean up later, is not sustainable economically socially, and environmentally. The Green Jobs Initiatives has been advocated by the ILO in 2007 and tackling this issue. The project aims to promote environmental-friendly employment in the middle-income countries in the Asian region. In February 2010, Japan hosted an expert meeting with representatives from the ILO and Japanese social partners, Philippines, and Thailand, in which pilot projects were undertaken. Japanese enterprises are in the position to lead Kaizen and energy conservation. Thus, the ministry hosted an expert meeting to disseminate Japan's expertise to ASEAN countries.
Next, I would like to introduce the ILO-WHO collaborative project, which is funded by the ministry, making the most of our expertise in the fields of both labor and health.
The One UN policy has been promoted for realizing delivery as one in technical cooperation projects in UN agencies. In light of this policy, making the most of ministry's responsibilities, including health policy and occupational health, the ministry started the collaborative project between the ILO and the WHO as a model case. Reflecting the rapid industrial growth, occupational injuries and diseases increased in Vietnam, and this indicates an urgent need for occupational health, including disease prevention and health management of workers. The project supposed to build the system to promote occupational health in Vietnam, with effective collaboration among the government of Vietnam, ILO, and WHO. The outcome of this project is expected to be disseminated as a good practice to all ASEAN countries. To do so, the project held a regional seminar attended by ASEAN officials in the fields of occupational safety and health and medical services.
Finally, let us move on to the programs for safe water supply.
Water supply in the essential social infrastructure to improve public health and living environment. However, there are still remaining 884 million people who do not have access to safe drinking water as of 2008. The Millennium Development Goal advocated the target to decrease the population without sustainable access to safe drinking water until 2015. Modern water supply systems have been introduced in Japan since the 1880s at harbors and densely populated areas. Upon the opening of Japanese ports to the world, Japan experienced outbreaks of waterborne diseases such as cholera and dysentery because of lack of immunity. Fortunately, the number of patients had reduced in accordance with the development of water supply facilities all over Japan, in conjunction with the regulations imposed by the Water Works Act. Today, Japan has achieved nearly 100% coverage of water supply, and it's ready to cooperate with other countries to share its experience for the realization of access to safe water all over the world. For safe and high-quality water supply, it is vital to provide water supply facility in accordance with the natural and social conditions, as well as develop human resources for the operational and maintenance of systems. For the better management and administration of water supply services, the ministry has recruited experts of Japanese, water supply utilities, and related organizations, and dispatched them to JICA's project, mainly for the capacity building of central and local personnel. In addition, the Ministry has accepted trainees of water supply sector in cooperation with JICA, together with water supply utilities and related organizations, and ultimately strengthen the relationship between Japan and those countries. Currently, the Ministry conducts research to analyze the current situation of developing countries and find out the need of international cooperation by the Japanese government, water supply utilities, and private companies.
Thank you for watching our program. We are glad to have had the opportunity to demonstrate the major activity of international cooperation in the Ministry for people, for life, for the future. We promise to continue our efforts for the efficient and effective implementation of projects, making the most of a wide range of expertise for realizing a prosperous and secure society all over the world.